United States has less than 5% of the world's population, but more than 25% of the total prison population. Over 2.2 million people are currently incarcerated across 17,000 facilities here in the US. I was one of those people. I was inmate 425-01048. I served 5 years in federal prison for distribution of marijuana. Now, before you feel bad for me, it was lots and lots and lots of marijuana. Right? I was very ambitious. But while I was there, I saw that there's this huge population of people that no one's paying attention to, and I quickly started to notice that the inmates that could not financially afford to stay in touch with the levels on the outside, those are the same inmates that I would see return. So I left prison with a simple idea. I wanted to make it easy for people to stay in touch with the loved ones in prison because I knew there was so much demand for this problem that not only would I be able to build a big business, that I'll also be able to make an impact on people in this country and even internationally. What I later found out was that my observation while I was in prison was backed by over 40 years of research that clearly shows that isolation is literally the worst thing that can happen to an inmate. So we built Pigeonly. Pigeonly allows people to easily search, find, and connect with the loved ones in prison. Our technology cuts the cost of expensive prison phone calls by as much as 80% and allows people to easily send printed photos, letters, and greeting cards or more directly from a cell phone, tablet, or computer. Over the period of a little over 4 years, we have subscribers in 88 different countries, and we've built one of the largest independent services providers for low-cost inmate services. Building a business is extremely hard. Raising funding for a business is even harder. For the founders and entrepreneurs in the room, I guarantee that raising funds will probably be at the list of your top most 3 hated things of running your business. We have both impact and non-impact investors, but it's really the impact investors that was the early movers on our business before the rest of the investment community started to take notice. Investors like Mitch Kapor with Kapor Capital, Josh Melman with Serious Change, and Liz and Rashid with the Social Entrepreneur Fund. And because of those impact dollars that led the way, in a year, we've been able to affect and help 60,000 inmates stay connected, with over 250 people on the outside, with amount of order traction of 2,000 orders a day, which includes everything from letters, postcards, greeting cards, and more. And by the end of today, would have spent 60,000 minutes on the telephone because of our low-cost calls. And as much as I would like to pat myself on the back and, tell myself what a product genius I am, it's really because we save people a lot of money, right? So a day we save people at least $12,000 each and every single day because the cost savings for using our product because it now exists. For a year, that's over $4 million that low-income communities keep in their pocket because Pigeonly exists. Here's our team. You can see our team is a mixture of a group and diverse group of people because we personally believe that it's really the unique and diverse founders that are going to build the solutions to unique and diverse problems. And it's really the exciting part for us is, getting that support early on from the investment community, particularly the impact investment community, allowed us to not only do well, but do good while doing well. Thank you.
I have a 2-word question for you. What next?
Yes. We're really excited about the money transfer place. We think that's the next area for disruption. So we're currently focused on building a solution to disrupt the Western Unions and the MoneyGrams of the world that's charging people upwards of 50 and 60% to send money into institutions.
At what point did it become clear to you that your life's work was going to be ruining other people's easy money?
Well, that was something I was always concerned with. We spent a lot of time, thinking about how to build a product that was very specific on a problem that we was addressing, so that for us, it's really the consumer that has to choose us, and where we have a lot of good support behind us, and we built our product in a way that we can operate, and some of the work that the FCC has done has helped a lot with blocking prison phone providers from blocking our services. So that has been extremely helpful.
So people have seriously tried to block your phone services?
Oh, absolutely. Because it's one of those things where you have the way this industry is set up. You have a monopoly, and you have and I won't say any names, but you have these big phone providers that will will basically have an exclusive relationship with the institution, and family members don't have a choice. So one of the key things that we did, and what makes our business model so unique, is that we built an external and a commercial solution to a problem that regulation has been spending the past 10 years trying to fix.
Right.
So that's really our angle to the market, and that's something that we believe that technology has the ability to really leverage and disrupt these older organizations that just can't adapt as fast.
I think one of the funny things about listening to you is, basically what you've described as a sort of capitalism red in tooth and claw. Like, you see the incumbent, you come in, you smash them by just doing it better and cheaper.
Absolutely.
And actually, you're describing that as if it's impact investing, which, okay, you've had impact, but what you really did is you were just better, cheaper and better.
Right. And I think for us, where impact was so important, because other investors just really didn't give us the time of day, right? So it was really important for us to get the support from the impact community, because once we did that, we had all the Y Combinators of the world come next, and all the other big technology investors to give us their stamp of approval. That happened years after the impact community had. We already had a product.
I don't really understand that. What you were talking about is you're talking about an obvious market failure, an obvious place that you can come in and still make money because the money that's on the table is just outrageous. Why was that not?
You know what it is? It's because we were building a solution. First of all, I'm not a typical founder, right? Okay. And I don't look like the typical technology founder. And my background is not a typical founder's background. And impact investors tend to be a little bit more willing to take a risk on non-traditional founders than the typical investor that might be in San Francisco that has an entrepreneur template that they like to fill for every investment that they make. So that's really what the big distinction was, and that's how it was different for us.
That's really fantastic. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Also,
Thank you for having
just
me.
one more thing. I don't think 5 years was right for any amount of
I agree with you.
marijuana.
Thank you.